Hello, my name is AJ. I'm your HYPOXiX coach for today, and we have level 2.7 HYPOXiX Plank. Now we are going to be kneeling on the ground in a quadruped position. You may grab a mat, grab a pillow, Eric's pad, whatever you need for underneath your knees to make that position comfortable. If you're a non-kneeler and that's non-negotiable, then stay in a standing position and just place your hands on a wall in front of you and follow my breathing cues. Connect to your abdomen. You'll get a ton out of the exercise and you're going to feel that core burning like crazy even in the standing position with your hands on a wall. So let's begin. If you're working with a HYPOXiX coach and they've suggested some other kind of sets or reps or breath, you want to follow that. That's there to optimize your program based on your assessment. Otherwise, perfect foundational starting place. So let us begin. Hands are screwing into the ground externally. So if the ground were slippery, the hands would turn out just like this. The knees are also squeezing together. So if the floor were slippery, they would come together like that, activating in your inner thighs. Now also, screwing hands, knees squeezing, hands are pulling down toward the knees. So if the floor is slippery, they'd pull down like this. So we have 3 points of ground resistance we're going to use to increase activity of those core muscles, rotator cuff muscles, deep abs. Now the low spine is not here, it's not here, it's about halfway in between. You're finding your neutral, you're reinforcing that neutral with the engaged exhale. Okay, now we are going to bring one hand off the ground today for level 2. So I want you to screw that right hand, pull it down toward the right knee without hiking up the pelvis. You want to keep that pelvis stable. You're going to think right oblique as you bring that left hand behind your head. This is our position for today. The head is driving back into your hand and also getting lifted up toward this wall on top of your head as your right hand pulls down toward your right knee. So there's your force of opposition where the right hand's pulling down toward the right knee and the head is getting lifted up in opposition. Now, here, we're squeezing the knees. The eyes are closed today for this particular core exercise, connecting deeply to our abdomen. As we perform our exhales, we are loosening the abdomen on the exhale. We're keeping the shoulder blades apart for this one, something called protraction, not sinking in this way. So I want you to think about pushing that floor away from you as hard as you can. Now, I know there are a lot of layers to think about. If you are new, if this is the first time you're performing this exercise, think about 2 things: connecting to your breath and your abdomen, my cues, and also making sure that the low back doesn't move, because this is a low back stability exercise. I want you to focus on that. Stay connected to that right oblique, and let's practice. We only have 2 breath cycles, but we do have 2 10-beat breath retentions, keeping the ribbon loose around your waist. So let's take it from our posture, zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2. Loosen your ribbon. You're holding 10, 9, 8, relaxed, 7, 6, head back, 5, 4, 3, squeeze the knees, 2, 1, fill the ribbon, inhale, inhale. Loosen your ribbon. You're holding 10, 9, right oblique, 8, 7, 6, loose ribbon, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Whew. That is challenging. That right oblique burning. So now it's time to burn that left oblique. At this point, you can either rewind the video about 60 seconds so we can perform the exercise together, or you can stop the video here and you can repeat it on your own if you're no longer a beginner. Just stay true to that tempo, frequency, intensity, and duration of your breathography breath cycles. You may want to put a metronome on your phone to stay true to that 2-second inhale where you're tightening your abdomen, 8-second exhale where you're actively loosening your abdomen and then keeping it loose for each of the subsequent 10-beat breath retentions.